This is the bus donated to Del Mar College by the Corpus Christi Regional Transportation Authority. The Transportation Training Service Program has started offering CDL Class B bus driver courses. This 50-hour program includes 20 hours of classroom instruction and 30 hours focused on driving skills. Another of the fine programs available at Del Mar now. I'm Amy Mintz, Associate Professor of Child Development Early Childhood at Del Mar College. The Director of Transportation Training Services is here. John Rojas will explain more about this program. Dr. Evangeline DeLeon is also here. She's a professor of nurse education and also the chairperson for the Department of Nurse Education at Del Mar College. Students in the radio and television program are back with a Del Mar Now update. We've got a very informative show ahead. Don't go away. This is Del Mar Now. Our first guest has been the Director of Transportation Training Services at Del Mar College for 13 years. He has over 18 years of management experience, which includes successfully developing 2 truck driving schools, managing all operations, and developing curriculum for both entry-level and experienced drivers, and was part owner in a trucking company. He is actively involved with several transportation associations, including the Commercial Vehicle Association, where he is a current board member, and the National Association for Publicly Funded Truck Driving Schools. Please welcome back to Del Mar Now, John Rojas.
Thank you, Amy.
Hi, glad you're here.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so we've heard of the Eagleford Shell, this big economic boom that's happening in the coastal bend. Is this program a result of the local industry needs?
Yes, it is. It's directly related. I mean, you know, Eagleford Shell has been such a great asset to South Texas and our community by creating such high-paid jobs. Well, those high-paid jobs attracted a lot of employees from other employers. So, you know, when all these hiring practices were going on, they've seen chance to get into the oil and gas and make some of that money. They did. So some of our local employers that have never had problems retaining their employees, especially commercial drivers, seen a big change. I mean, they were chasing after. They were looking for drivers just as much as the oil and gas companies were. So you know, given that fact, I mean, that's Class A and Class B drivers, you know, not just your truck drivers. A lot of school bus drivers left their employers from years to go to the oil and gas, so it created many job openings.
Yeah, actually, in the education field, which is what I am in, I constantly see job openings for education professionals, but also for those bus drivers.
Yes.
And at all school districts around our area.
Every one of them needs they have openings. They're always looking for good qualified folks.
Okay, so the bus driver program at Del Mar, what's the mission or purpose of it?
Well, our mission is to serve the community, number one. I mean, and our employers. You know, with the demand there and folks really looking for a good qualified candidate that's professional and holds a Class B license, that's what we're gearing towards. Our Class B program is going to prepare folks to get that license that they need and to be good, safe drivers out there.
Okay. What can a person look forward to when enrolling in this program?
Well, you know, they can look forward to getting to know all these rules and regulations that they're responsible for. You know, a lot of folks that come and talk to us don't realize what's in, you know, what they're responsible for. There's a lot of rules and regulations, and they have to meet the qualifications to get that license. So we have a pretty strict screening process that we go through when folks inquire about the program. You know, number one, they have to be able to pass a drug screen and physical, and that's first and foremost. And when we send them for that prior to registration, so you know, when they come into our program, we know that they can meet that standard, and the employers love us to do that because that's one step out of the way for them.
And do these potential students know where to go for these screenings? Or y'all have local agencies y'all partner with?
Yeah, we partner with a couple clinics here in town that do it for us.
Okay.
Yes.
Recently there was an article in the local media about this program acquiring a grant funding as well as a donation to the college. Can you provide some more details about that?
Sure. We're real excited about our partnership with Texas Mutual Insurance in conjunction with the Del Mar College Foundation. You know, the grant that they've given to the college is allowing us to do safety courses. Part of our part of our contribution to that is the commercial driver side. So we're able to retrain experienced commercial drivers, Class A and B, to safety refresher courses, just to emphasize that safety. You can never emphasize it enough. So far, we've trained many of our local ISDs, Corpus Christi ISD and Flower Bluff ISD. Many of their employees have already come through the program. It's really hard to do during school session because of schedules and that sort of thing, but we're looking at really gearing up this summer and offering the program again and trying to get the rest of their staff finished up on it.
Oh, so meeting the needs of their available schedule. That's very logical.
Yes.
How often are people needing to be recertified with these licenses?
Well, on the license part, I mean, usually it's every 5 years, 5 to 6 years through the Department of Public Safety. But there's a medical certification as well. You have to meet that qualification to keep your driver's license. So, if something happens and you become ill and you're not eligible, you don't meet those standards anymore, you could lose your commercial driver's license. So it's called a federal physical, and it's regulated through the state and the federal motor carriers, and you have to actually keep a medical card identification on you at all times, showing that you meet those qualifications.
Okay, so there's more to it than.
Oh yeah,
So is this program the same as the truck driving program?
It's not the same. I mean, the Class B program we have it set up for a 50-hour program. The truck driving program is a 160-hour program. Okay. So there's a big difference there. Again, you're talking a straight vehicle instead of a combination tractor-trailer. Yeah.
What employment opportunities, if someone completes this bus driving program, what opportunities could they look forward to in the future upon graduation?
With the Class B license with a passenger endorsement, they're going to be eligible for employment such as regional transit authority, your local ISDs. One thing with the local ISDs, there's an endorsement that they have to get, a school bus endorsement. Unfortunately, I do not have a school bus yet, but our partnerships with the ISD will help anybody that meets the qualifications get that endorsement to where they'll be definitely considered for employment. Okay. And there's also, again, straight trucks, small dump trucks, and also your recreational vehicle drivers, RVs. Some RVs require a Class B license. It all depends on the weights of the vehicle.
Okay. Could someone who is interested in acquiring these licenses, could they do it through a few courses? What's the protocol to complete this program if they just want to get this license for an RV for their leisure?
If they want to do that, I mean, we're scheduling the Class B program right now upon demand. Okay. As long as I can fill a class of 3 to 4 students, I'll start a class. As long as I have an instructor and equipment available. Our truck driving program, of course, we start that class every week. But if someone's just wanting to get it for leisure like that, it's a good idea because, again, you're talking a big difference in weight from what folks are used to. A regular passenger vehicle is going to be under 12,000 pounds, and when you get a Class B license, you're talking 12,000 pounds plus up to 26,000 pounds, and you really need to know what you're getting behind the wheel of to handle it safe out there on the road.
Very true. Yeah. If someone would like more information about this program, where can they go, or who can they contact?
Well, they can contact our office at 698-2707, or they can go on our website at delmar.edu/trucking.
Okay. Well, John, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, Amy. Appreciate it.
Okay. We're taking a short break, but the students in the radio and television program are next with the Del Mar Now update. After that, we'll learn about the nurse education program at Del Mar College. Don't go away.
Registration is underway for this summer's Corpus Christi Pre-Freshman Engineering Camp at Del Mar College. The program is for middle through high school students who excel in science and math. Spend 7 academically intensive weeks engaged in mathematics, logic, and problem solving to prepare for science and engineering careers. Sponsored by Del Mar College and Flint Hills Resources. For more information, call 361-698-1671.
I used to dream. I was thinking less about overtime and more about family time. Today, I am.
Go from I dream to I am. Del Mar College. Dreams delivered.
Welcome to this edition of Del Mar Now Update. I'm Heather Guajardo.
And I'm Stephen Martinez.
A new initiative to help create jobs for veterans have been developed by the Texas Workforce Commission. The initiative, Veterans and Industry Partnership, includes as one of 17 colleges in the state working with local workforce development boards. The effort is to identify high-demand workforce needs and help develop training programs for veterans. A check for over $175,000 has been awarded to Del Mar College to target training for the petrochemical industry. The director of DMC Corporate Services, Mary Afuso, says this is the greatest demand for skilled workers. The program initiative provides for short-term certificate attainment and industry-recognized credentials. A previous initiative in industrial construction has resulted in 21 veterans receiving training since December. The program provided 164 hours of training covered in 6 class topics. 5 local institutional agencies have come together for a second round of grant funding for safety training. Del Mar College, Texas Mutual Insurance Company, the Corpus Christi Regional Transportation Authority, the Corpus Christi and Flower Bluff ISDs plan to expand through the funding the DMC Transportation Training Services fleet. With a grant from Texas Mutual Insurance Company of 60 bus drivers last year went through the safety program. The focus is on drivers' compliance with state and federal rules and regulations, defensive driving techniques, and driving skills. The RTA donated a bus for the training, and it has been repainted with Del Mar's Dreams Delivered campaign slogan. Drivers completing the Commercial Driver's License Class B program not only will be able to drive a bus, but also a truck with a weight rating of up to 26,000 pounds.
A Del Mar College program seeks to keep youth in school and impress parents that they have a role in their children's education. The Parent Academy is not only encourages youth to stay in school, but to also move on to higher education. A graduation ceremony was held in early March for the 35 participants of the 2015 Parent Academy. Represented among the participants were families from West Oso Middle School and High School and Miller High School. The program held Thursday night sessions, which began February 12th. Sessions were held at West Oso and Del Mar's West Campus. Students and parents learned about financial aid and scholarship opportunities. Tours were held of various programs on the West Campus. Participants who finished the 4 sessions receive a DMC certificate of completion and earn continuing education units based on the 8 hours of the program. 2 new centers have been added, assisting Del Mar College students to research academic careers. Nearly $350,000 were spent for the facilities under the Title V program. The Career Resource Center and Career Kiosk was placed in the Harvin Center and the STEM Center in the Coles Classroom building. The Career Resource Center and Career Kiosk features a software program called Focus 2. The software guides students through a reliable career and education decision-making model. The bulk of the funding was spent in the creation of the STEM Center. The center features mobile smartboards and furniture. The layout of the facility uses the design concept for learning environments, which arranges furniture uses in non-traditional ways.
A guest lecturer from Illinois State University spoke on the campus of Del Mar College about the history of Corpus Christi. Professor of History Dr. Alan Lesoff spoke about how competing regional and cosmopolitan influences have shaped the city and its port. Lesoff has written a book, Where Texas Meets the Sea, Corpus Christi and Its History. The Illinois State University professor says Corpus Christi was a location where frontier processes of Mexican and Anglo-American came together, sometimes violently. He says this has led to competing understandings of the city's history, character, and place in South Texas.
The longest-running juried art show of its kind for a community college is currently on exhibit. The 49th Annual National Drawing and Small Sculpture Show is on display in the Joseph A. Kane Memorial Art Gallery on the campus of Del Mar College. Artists from 26 states submitted 177 entries. The entries represented 74 artists. Oklahoma State University art professor Chris Ramsey chose 71 works for the exhibit. There are 34 sculptures and 37 two-dimensional drawings in the showcase. Ramsey says that he chose unique artworks that he thought represented the finest quality in concept and craft. 3 of the selections received a financial award as the outstanding pieces for the juried show.
That's this edition of Del Mar Now Update. I'm Heather Guajardo.
And I'm Stephen Martinez. Stay tuned for more Del Mar Now.
Catch the Viking Spirit. Nationally recognized and locally focused, Del Mar College has been delivering dreams for over 75 years. If Del Mar College has touched your life, join the Vikings Alumni Association and help others achieve their dreams. Stay connected. Support scholarships. Explore the Viking Career Network. Join online today at delmar.edu/alumni for as little as $10 and get a free t-shirt. Show your Viking pride.
Plan your next event at Del Mar College's Richardson Performance Hall. Our facility accommodates conferences, concerts, religious events, and private parties. We have 3 lounges, balcony elevators, and a convenient drive-up drop-off. For productions, Richardson Performance Hall has more than 1,700 seats and is outfitted with staging, rigging, lighting, and sound capabilities, plus many patron and performer amenities. Book your next event at Richardson Performance Hall. We create dreams, one event at a time. For more information, call 361-698-2228.
I used to dream. I was using my talents to drive me forward. Today, I am.
Go from I dream to I am. Del Mar College. Dreams delivered.
For more information about Del Mar Now, log on to www.delmar.edu/now. If you have questions, comments, or suggestions to help us improve Del Mar Now, send an email to now@delmar.edu.
Our final guest is a professor of nurse education, also the chairperson for the Department of Nurse Education at Del Mar College. She holds an associate's degree from Pan American University, a bachelor's from Corpus Christi State University, and a master's degree from Texas A&M University, Corpus Christi, and a PhD from Texas Women's University. Please welcome back to Del Mar Now, Dr. Evangeline DeLeon. Well, hello. Glad to have you here.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Okay, tell us about the job market for nursing students. Has that changed in the last few years?
Well, there's always the conversation, or do we still have a nursing shortage? And I like to think that yes, we do, because it's so regional. You can look at the need for nurses in different areas, but I always look at the need here. And in that respect, the outlook has changed in what they're looking for in our grads, but our job placement is generally 95, 98%, usually 100%. Our students are going to find jobs, so the job outlook is really just outstanding right now for nursing.
That sounds amazing. Mm-hmm. Do most of the nursing students that graduate from Del Mar College stay within this region? Is that what you're saying, or?
Well, and just the other day, I was looking at the Texas Board of Nursing website, and one of the areas they finished up doing their tabulation of how many nurses work, let's say, for example, in Nueces County. And they have them categorized according to associate degree nurses or bachelor prepared. And there's in Nueces County alone, about almost 3,000 associate degree nurses, in comparison to about maybe 1,400, give or take, BSN prepared nurses. So you can see the magnitude, the difference, and so that you want to look at that opportunity for Del Mar to really have a big impact on the nurses in this area. And that's huge for Del Mar, because you can see that our grads are staying here, and I think that's what generally happens. Mm-hmm. They're already grounded here in Corpus, and so they tend to stay here.
Well, it's a very successful program, and if a student was interested in being accepted into the nursing program, what are the requirements?
Well, we do have prerequisites, and so the prerequisites to the program are their English 1301, their general psychology, their anatomy physiology 1 and 2, which makes them then eligible to take our admission exam. And we do have an admission exam, which is our HESI A-square exam. And so there, at that point, once they meet the benchmarks for on that exam, then they're eligible to apply to the program.
Would they take this exam at the testing center, or someone in the nursing program would administer it, or is it online?
Currently, actually, what we do is we screen the students to make sure that they're eligible.
Okay.
And then once they do that, that goes through our department. Then the students then pay their fee for the exam, and we just started having the testing center administer the HESI A-square.
Okay.
And that's really going very well. That's a big thanks to Dean Becerra, who helped us with that process. And so that's how it goes.
Okay, so there's certain courses they need to finish, an exam that they need to take. They're pre-screened to see if they're eligible for the exam. Or is there anything else in the process of application to this program?
Well, we have an online application, and I think that's something that still some applicants are looking for, a paper application, which used to be the case. But we've been using an online system for probably the last, I want to say, at least 5-6 years. And so they would simply go to our website, which is www.delmar.edu/rn, and they'll find our program website. They'll have a tab for prospective students, and when they click on that, they'll see our current degree plans. They'll see the links to information required for the HESI A-square exam. They'll also see the link to create an account for the online application.
Okay.
And so I really think that our website is just it's just full of information, and quite honestly, when students come for advising, I mean, we just pull up our website and it's right there. We try to do a very good job of keeping it updated.
That's good to know. You mentioned the degree plans are on there, so tell us, what are some of the classes like that a student would take when they're in this program?
Well, once they're in the program, one of the first classes that they take, of course, is going to entail the practice of skills that are needed in nursing. And so they do spend a fair amount in our labs. We have 3 labs in the health science buildings, and they use a lot of our I would say low and high fidelity simulators to practice their skills. So there's a lot of hands-on, and there's a lot of one-to-one instruction. We try to keep our groups small to where faculty are available to help them. And of course we have the theory and the introduction to the fundamentals of nursing. So those are the key courses that they start with initially. And then we go into the medical surgical type of courses where they have the practice on the clinical site. And so even in the first semester, they have a clinical experience. Every semester there is a clinical experience.
So they're really getting in there.
Yes, from the get-go.
All right. Okay. Anything big planned for the future of the nursing program?
Well, we have quite a few things going on right now.
Oh, great.
And one in particular that we're very excited about, and that sort of lends itself to what is happening in the profession of nursing. Recently, it's been probably about 3-4 years back, the Institute of Medicine came up with a general report in regards to challenging, you could say, nursing, the profession, to have a higher percentage of bachelor prepared nurses by the year 2020. We're looking at having at least 80% of nurses in the workplace be BSN prepared, because right now probably about maybe 50% or so are associate degree.
Okay.
And the reason for that is because so much of the care of patients has increased, and so we're looking for the nurse to have those additional layers that are needed to take care of that higher complex patient in generally hospital areas. So we've created a pathway for our students in our program. It's what we call our BSN bound pathway. And what it basically is that our students can come to Del Mar and come into the program with taking 1 year of their gen ed courses, and with meeting the prerequisites to enter the nursing program. They spend 2 years with us, and at the end of that third year, they're actually eligible to take the licensure exam to get their RN license, and they can finish the last year then at the university. So they really can get that bachelor's degree done, spend 3 years with us, and finish the last year at the university.
Sounds amazing. Yeah. All right. Tell us the website one more time for the nursing program where they can find more information.
www.delmar.edu/RN.
Thank you for being with us today.
You're welcome.
If you have questions or comments about Del Mar Now, send an email to now@delmar.edu. We'll return in May with the East and West Campus Instructors of the Year. We'll hope you join us. Until next time, I'm Amy Mintz for Del Mar Now. Thanks for watching.